can public policy benefit from more knowledge about how human behaviour actually works?
Well, we found that it can benefit greatly, and if you build policy, and indeed even small aspects of interventions, professional practice, based on how real human beings make decisions and what drives their behaviour, you can get better services at lower cost and that people prefer.
You talk about evidence-based decision making. What do you mean by that?
So we've been very systematic in that we test what we do. We literally, where we can, run randomized controlled trials. So that means that we might, for example, if our tax authorities are sending out a letter, we'd say, well, why don't, instead of sending out one, why don't you do 5,000 like this and 5,000 like that, and let's see what the effect is between making a small change. So we systematically test the effects, and quite often it turns out very small details are very consequential. But even if it's just a few percent, if you're in the business of raising taxes or getting people back to work faster or getting more people to quit smoking, whatever it will be, those small differences are very consequential, and often at essentially no cost.
You have said that the Nordic welfare model has inspired you in your work. Could you elaborate that, please?
Well, a lot of our welfare system is based on ideas borrowed from the Nordic context, particularly active welfare policy. So in that sense, yes, we borrow quite a lot. Also, Nordic countries we think of, rightly or wrongly, as being, it's very high quality of governance that you have, quite a similar sort of broadly empirical view on what's effective as opposed to being particularly dogmatically rooted. So yes, we often look across to see what's effective, what's not. You also often have very good data. So, say we sometimes quote things on the effectiveness of pensions, of tax subsidies versus other methods. Our calculations are actually not based on UK data, they're based on Danish data, because Raj Chetty from Harvard was able to calculate it using Danish data in a way that we couldn't in the US or UK.